So I messed up kind of big time. If you look at my calendar right around here now, it says on the 3rd of December that I should start doing work towards my final essays and things that are due in January. My finals, so to speak. It is now the 3rd of January, so exactly a month later. Guess how much I've done? If you've guessed absolutely nothing at all, you'd be correct. So yeah, do some work with me. Okay, so my initial plan was to have like cute little whiteboards so I can write like to-do lists, but it's just been Christmas and it's coming up to the time in January where I have to pay my uni fees, so that wasn't really in the budget. And so then I thought I can get like a little paper flip pad. How expensive can those be? Turns out they're even more expensive than a whiteboard. Like, why are they so expensive? So I instead decided to choose a very old and very reliable practice that has been used for generations. Child labour. Okay, I've got a lot due, so here's what I need to do. First, coming up, earliest in the month, is a take-home exam, so that will be 2 questions worth 2,000 words each. That's earliest in the month, and I only have 5 days for that, so that's probably my number 1 priority. Then 2 is not very easy to write on this flipboard research paper for my poverty class. 3, which is another essay that's also due on the same day that the research paper is due, so those are quite important. And then finally, another essay isn't actually due until February, but I'm most behind in that class, so it's still a concern right now. Yeah, so I've got a lot to do. Altogether, words-wise, I've got to do 2,000 plus 2,000 for the take-home exam. Then, how much was it? 4,000 for the research paper, then another 2,000 for my essay, and then 3,000 for my other essay. Altogether, that's what, like 15k?
Actually, it's 13k.
Okay, 13. I'm still going to put 15 in the title. Today's plan of action. First, I am going to do maybe like 10 readings for my research paper. Probably should do more than 10, but let's set a goal of 10. And then 2, I am going to put together some plans for my take-home exam, because obviously I can't know the questions ahead of time, but they're fairly similar year on year, so if I just get some basic plans going, hopefully that should be okay. We'll see how we go. I've got my setup. I've got 3 beverages, tea, a nice glass iced lemon water, and then a Diet Coke that I'll crack open at some point. So I didn't do any of that. Oh no, okay, that's a lie. I did do some readings, I just didn't do 10. I did 5. I did not do any plans for the take-home exam. What I did do is film nearly 3 hours of a real-time study with me, thinking, oh, you know, this is going to be a fairly easy video to upload, because like there's barely any editing that needs to go into it, because it's real-time. I don't have to go through and cut out any ums and ahs and awkward bits. Like, the whole point is that it's real-time, so there I was thinking, all the editing I need to do is whack a timer onto it and sorted. But then both my laptop and my phone decided to not have any storage at all, ever, or any brain power, and then I spent the rest of the day desperately trying to export this 3-hour video, first from my phone onto my laptop, which took forever but finally happened, and then that ended up actually being the easier part, because then I tried to export it on my laptop from the Photos app into an actual file so that I could open it into my editing software, and it just would not happen. So I've deleted like half of the stuff on my laptop to try and make room for it. Probably deleted something important that in a few weeks from now I will desperately be missing. But yeah, it still wouldn't work, and then I gave up and deleted the whole thing. So that's about how productive yesterday was. I'm back from work today. Nice soggy hair. Yeah, I no longer have my child helpers. They returned home. They were only here for Christmas. And since you can't just take a random child off the streets, from now on you're going to have to tolerate me being really badly edited into the original clips. Anyway, today, what do I need to do today? Can I put go to work on the to-do list if I've already done it, just to be able to tick it off? I'm going to say that. Go to work. Now I'm going to eat. Then I need to do, I want to say 10 more readings, but I don't know how much that's going to happen because it's nearly 5 p.m. already. Let's say 5 more readings to complete the 10 I didn't do yesterday. And then start working on some plans, maybe do a plan or two, depending on what questions are coming up. And then I also need to tidy my room because I've just progressively been moving the same pile of mess from this chair onto my bed, and then from my bed back onto this chair whenever I wanted to film. So I need to clean that up. Oh my god, I'm going fucking crazy. When I go on the article, it says get access through your institution, and then I log in through my institution, it brings me back to the homepage of the site. And then when I find the article again, once I've logged in through my institution, it just gets right back to get access. Like, it's just gone in a circle like 3 times. I've clicked get access, I've logged in, it's gone to the homepage, I found the article again, and then it's just said get access again, and I click get access again, and then I've gone to the homepage again, and then I found, why are you hiding all your, like, surely if you publish something you want people to read it. Stop hiding it behind dumb paywalls that don't work. Okay, I've read 5 more readings finally. I've also eaten, which was great. We had a Chinese. I don't actually even remember what else I said I was going to do in this list. God. It's 8:30 a.m. and I'm on campus. Uni doesn't actually start for another 2 weeks, so it's literally like a ghost town. Like, it's empty in here. I have a meeting today at 10, which is why I came in at all. I was just like, well, I might as well go in a bit earlier and get some work done while I'm here on campus, because it will like actually force me to do stuff instead of laying in bed until like 12 p.m. But now that I'm here, I'm starting to regret the whole waking up at 6 a.m. thing, considering I have work until like 8 p.m. this evening. Probably wasn't a great idea. Oh, as of yesterday's checklist, I have done readings. I obviously went to work, I ate, and I tidied my room. I didn't do any plans. Can you tell I don't want to do this? So my plan today, do some plans, probably for the next hour and a half until my meeting. Then I don't think the meeting will take very long, so after that, find a spot like this again and do some more work. Probably more plans now that I think about it, because the take-home exam will be opening on Wednesday. Not a lot of time to prepare. It's 10 p.m. I had a long ass day. I'm literally, like, my eyes are hurting from how tired I am. I just got back from work a little while ago, made some food, ate, and now I'm just gonna lay in bed and watch some YouTube. So it's Wednesday. I did absolutely nothing yesterday, like at all. I just laid in bed all day. So I haven't done any more plans or anything towards the take-home exam that is opening in 50 minutes, but it's fine. I guess the plan for today is to look at the take-home exam, pick what questions I'm going to answer, and start really working on it. I just opened the questions for the take-home exam, and they're actually all right. Thank God. So it's now Thursday morning, so second day of the take-home exam. I didn't film much yesterday because I was actually just cracking on with stuff, so that's probably for the best. Plan is for today to finish all the readings, make a plan, and essentially just write the first essay. I want to have at least a first draft done of the first question I'm answering, because then that leaves me 2 days for the next question and then 1 day to proofread and double check and stuff. It's currently 12:20. I'm gonna make myself a coffee and just get started, and I have nothing planned, so I can just get stuff done. Okay, doing pretty well on readings. It's 2 p.m, 2:20, yeah. I was gonna take a small break to eat some lunch because I'm starving, but I can't fucking decide what I want to eat, so it's become a bit of a longer break as I'm trying to scroll through TikTok for some kind of food inspo. Why is it so hard to decide what you want to eat? How am I supposed to do this for the rest of my life? It's 3 p.m. on Friday, so there's 2 days left of the exam, kind of. I didn't get a first draft done yesterday. I got all the way up to finishing a plan and I just couldn't get myself to start writing. And today, so far I spent an hour just doing YouTube stuff. I haven't been able to force myself to start writing. I don't know what's wrong with me. I really struggle to get anything done without imminent time pressure. I always end up doing things at the last minute because I just can't force myself to work ahead of time. I need the pressure of the deadline being 10 hours away to get anything done. I'm gonna try and fight that right now. I'm going to set a timer for maybe 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and just commit to that as a start, and then I can take a short break, and then again, and I'm gonna Pomodoro it, guys, because once I force myself to start writing, I'm gonna get in the zone and I'm gonna want to keep going. It's just that starting that's a problem. Okay, 25 minutes are up and I've written a paragraph, and it's not a very good paragraph, but it's actually finally written, and as expected, I'm in a place where I'm now happy to keep going because I'm in the flow of things and I finally started it. I'm at 789 words, maybe a third of the way written. I'm not gonna lie, this is not good. I kind of am losing the track of my own thoughts in my paragraphs, but that's fine. That's what editing is for. Right now I just need a messy draft down, and then once that's all written I can go back and actually make more logical sense. Thank God, essay number 1 is done. I'm so sick of this, but obviously I've still got the second one to do, so I'm gonna take a short break. What time is it? 1:15, so maybe 20 minutes, 25-ish, for a while, just to switch my brain off, and then I'm gonna start reading for the next essay so I can get ahead of that. Because I think I'm doing pretty well on time. I've still got 2 and a bit days for that second one, so I'm about basically halfway. But this one I felt a bit more sure of than the next one, so I don't want to leave too little time and then be panicked. Okay, it's coming up to 9 p.m. I've taken a fairly long break, including a really nice long bath, and I've changed out of one pair of pyjamas into a new fresh set of pyjamas. My plan is to do some readings for the second question. To be honest, my concentration isn't 100% there, so I think I'm probably gonna have some YouTube or something going on in the background. So I actually didn't do any more last night at all, mainly because I realised that I need to start by rewatching the lecture and taking new lecture notes like I did with the other question, and I didn't want to do that last night. It's 1 p.m, we've just had breakfast. I'm gonna start by rewatching the lecture and taking some notes. I'm quite worried about this, and also all of my essays in general, but especially this one, because I can't make my essays arguing a point enough. So far all of my essays I keep being told they're too descriptive, not critical and like arguing a point enough. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to make them less descriptive. I'm trying to really focus on making a point, but it felt like I was making a point in the descriptive one, so I don't really know what I'm doing wrong, so I'm really stressed about this, to be honest. Why does the do not ask me again button never fucking work? Ever. I feel like I've clicked don't ask me again a million times in my life, and every time I'm asked again, like, leave me alone. It's 7 p.m. I've had dinner. I don't really want to do any more of this work, but I know that anything I don't do today, I'm gonna have to do tomorrow, because tomorrow is more or less the last day. So the more I do now, the less, like, late into the morning I'm gonna have to stay up tomorrow. So I'm really trying to push through. I'm gonna try and get to a point where I've done all of the readings that I think I need to do, and then tomorrow it's just a case of plan, write, and then edit both essays, and then I can submit, hopefully by a reasonable time at night tomorrow. These past few days I've been drinking too much Diet Coke and it's been keeping me awake half the night, and so today I decided not to drink too much Diet Coke, and now the opposite is happening. I'm trying to stay locked into this and I'm falling asleep as I sit here, man. I'm so tired. It's 9:30, still doing readings. It's just never ending. I'm so tired. My skin has been like really dry lately. I think it's because of the weather, because whenever it gets really cold, my skin dries out like crazy no matter how much lotion and such I slather on it. So I think I'm gonna put on a face mask while I continue reading. Review of the face mask. It smells very nice, feels very soft on my face. It does not smell like avocado and walnut shells or whatever bullshit was on the front of it. It does not smell like avocado. It smells like cucumber, which is not a bad thing. I like cucumber and I like the smell of cucumber, but it does not smell like avocado. I'm assuming these tiny little dots on my face are supposed to be walnut shells, but I'm not sure if I believe that. So this face mask was supposed to be on for 20 minutes and it's been 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours and I'm still reading, and it's starting to crumble off of my face, which is not a good look or a good feel. So I'm gonna go shower and get cozy and then finish the 5 readings I've got left after that. Yeah. Okay, I'm out of the shower feeling refreshed. It's midnight, exactly. 6 readings left to do, so the grind is still on. Okay, I actually didn't do 5 more readings, I did 10 more readings, and I still don't feel good about this exam, you guys. I really don't think I'm gonna write anything particularly insightful, because none of the readings I've read have been particularly insightful in answering questions. So I'm nervous, but it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Tomorrow I just need to get it done and submitted, and that's it. I can't This is now 5 days. I've been thinking about this and my brain is gonna shut down. I can't do this. Morning. It's 9:30 a.m, so up bright and early today. Usually lately I've been sleeping until like 1 p.m, mainly because I go to bed at like 2 a.m. But today I went to bed at 2 a.m. but woke up early because, well, firstly because my little sister, bless her, is going back to uni, so I was saying bye. And then also because I've got work today, and even though work isn't till like 1:30, lately I've been really hating it where, like last week or whatever, I hated it where I woke up and I straight away had to go to work. Like I woke up at 12 and then straight away had to go straight to work, because then when I come back it's already like late afternoon and it feels like I've done nothing all day, like I've wasted my day just going to work. So I woke up early so I can do some scrolling this morning before I go to work. So I'm gonna go downstairs, make a coffee and scroll for a bit, and then probably after work I will do the remainder of the exam. It is kind of crunch time right now, but yeah, I need some time in the morning to do nothing for a while. If need be, I'll stay up half the night tonight to finish it. I'm back from work, you guys, and I really don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Why am I still writing these essays? It's been 5 days. I'm so tired of this. I don't want to look at this anymore. I'm so tired, but I finally found a couple readings that are actually kind of useful. So I'm gonna finish these before I start writing the essay, but before I finish them, I'm freezing to death because my hair is wet. So even though I've got the heating blasted and I'm covered by my duvet and this blanket, I'm literally freezing because of my wet hair. So I'm gonna go and quickly shower just to wash my hair so I can dry it with the hairdryer a little bit so I'm not sitting with wet hair. Okay, I've finished the readings, I've made a plan, it's time to write this essay. You know, it's time to lock in when the classical music comes out. It's 6:35 p.m, I'm hoping to write this essay ASAP, but definitely within the next hour. And then all that's left is editing and bibliography. Probably won't do that much editing because I don't have the brain power anymore, so they're probably not going to be that good. But I've gotten to the point where I can't even bring myself to care anymore. All I can do is submit my best, and if he doesn't like it, what else can I do? Nothing. Guys, it's not looking good. It's been over an hour, so I guess that was a optimistic goal. And I don't even know what I'm writing anymore. I'm not even making sense to myself. I don't know how I'm gonna weave this into something actually intellectual. I also need to somehow fish 1,000 words out of my ass because I'm really short on words right now. I really don't know what I'm gonna do or how I'm gonna make this actually a logical, strong argument, especially because it's 8 p.m. and I want to go to bed, so I'm not doing good, guys. This is not looking good. 9:26 p.m. I finished the second essay somehow, and I've also somehow ended up with 1,000, God, that would be horrible. 100 words too many, so I need to cut this down, but that's not going to be hard because I rambled like crazy in this, so when I'm going through and editing, it's probably going to be quite easy to cut it down by 100 words, if not more. I'm really tired. To be honest, I'm doing better for time than I thought I would be. The bulk of the work is done. Like, it's easy stuff now. And in a worst case scenario, like, I can do all the editing and stuff and then just wake up tomorrow to just put together a reference list, because those don't exactly take, like, thinking if things get, like, really dire, but I probably will try and get it all done today. Don't mind the fact that I'm using my poor teddy as a pillow. Oh my god, you guys, it's 10:14 p.m. and I don't want to jinx it, like, touch wood, but I actually think I'm finished. Like, I still need to do my bibliography, which is probably going to still take a while, but the actual essays, I've edited them both. I've actually made it so that they're actually making some kind of argument and not just rambling, or at least I hope so. I don't know, maybe he'll still think that there's no argument because he's very particular. We'll see. But I'm at a point where actually I don't feel so bad about this. Maybe it's actually okay. We'll see. I'm gonna die, and tomorrow I just have to work on more assignments. I don't even get a break. I'm probably gonna do nothing tomorrow. At least give myself a day off. So, I actually did 2 days of absolutely nothing instead of just the one. So it's now Wednesday, and I've written exactly 0 words out of the 4,000 that I need to write for my research paper. So, and the research paper is now due in 5 days. So I'm now back in the same situation I basically was for the take-home exam. Yeah, let's actually lock in today. I just started going back through my notes for the research paper, and I actually forgot how interesting it is to write about something when you've like chosen the topic and it's actually something you're interested in. So I'm not feeling so terrible about this research paper anymore, because like 10 minutes ago I was feeling absolute doom at having to write another assignment, and I mean I'm still kind of feeling doom, but slightly less, because at least it's something I'm interested in. I love like reference fishing. I don't know if there's actually a word for this, but where I like read a reference related to whatever I'm obviously studying, and then within that reference there's like 5 more that are obviously because it's on the same topic that are relevant to what I want to study. So I just slowly expand more and more from each reference I read. But then the problem with that is like I have like 15 million tabs open, and say I get to the last few and I'm like, oh okay, only 5 readings left, thank God. But then I find like another 5 within each of them, and 30 readings later I'm still going. So yeah, bit of a blessing and a curse, I guess. It's Thursday. It's a very cloudy day today. It's looking very grey outside, and it's raining, which I guess is quite typical. I'm doing pretty well on time. My plan today is to get to a point where I've done all of the readings I want to do, and so I'm ready to just start writing. And maybe if things go well, I'll also like get a start on my literature review. That would be a good point to finish in. I am going swimming later. I haven't done like any exercise over Christmas at all. That's the plan. Readings, literature review, swimming. To go swimming. I'm leaving in like 5 minutes. I'm actually really nervous because I haven't been in forever, so I'm gonna be really bad. I'm very tired. We usually train for like an hour with the like club that I'm with, but I decided to stay a bit longer today. I did like an hour and a half, and oh my god, I'm knackered. I can barely stand. I've created a plan for my literature review and analysis for the research paper, but I just really don't want to write it. Oh, I'm so tired of this, you guys, and I'm like not even halfway. Today's been quite a long day. I've done a lot of random stuff here and there. Finally finished my literature review. It's about 2,000 words, so I'm about, well, my introduction and literature review together is about 2,000 words. So I'm about halfway through the paper. It's looking good, I think. Yeah, tomorrow will probably be the slightly harder part of actually writing my own analysis, but I think it'll be good. It's going well so far. So yeah, I'm gonna call it a day for now. I think the way the LSE has been doing word limits is a bit stupid. I very much prefer the way that my undergrad Warwick did word limits, because there it was plus or minus 10%, which I think is a very, very reasonable boundary for word limits. Whereas with LSE, it's like a strict word limit. You can write any amount under, but you can't write a single word over, which I think is a bit ridiculous. Somehow managed to write like 542 words over the word limit, so I need to somehow cut all of that down. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but yeah. So it's nearly a week later. I've been back at uni now. Term has started up again, so I've been on campus, getting back into a routine, which is nice. I've been really enjoying not doing anything for a day, and then for 2 days, and then for nearly a week. Well, not entirely nothing. I was like working on YouTube again, but it got to the point where I'd edited this video all the way up, like finishing the second assignment. And I was like, oh, let's edit the next bit. And then I realized I actually haven't even done the next bit. Like I still do have 2 more assignments left to do. So that's what I'm doing today. Also, if you can't hear, I'm really ill. Anyway, I'm at work all day, but this job is quite easy in that I'm allowed to essentially do whatever I want outside of just sitting there to let people in. I'm probably going to start working on my next assignment. As you can see, I've unlocked a new environment because I'm currently pet sitting for my neighbours. If you can hear rattling and God knows what else in the background, squeaking and squawking, it's the neighbour's bird. A bit of an update on how I got on at work. I've picked the topic that I want to write my essay on. Like, I've picked the essay question, and I've started reading for it. There was like loads of like set recommended extra readings for that topic, so I've started just by reading like what was on the reading list as like extra readings, and one of them is like a book, and like they recommended to read the whole book because it's like 100 pages, so obviously it's like more than a reading, but it's like a fairly feasible book. So I'm just in the process of reading the book. It's actually very interesting. I'm actually quite enjoying it. I feel like this is something I wouldn't have minded reading. Oh god, he needs to shut up. You can probably hear him chattering in the background. I probably would have read this anyway, like if I just come across it, so I'm not too mad about reading it, but it has taken me basically all day so far, so, and I'm about like halfway through, because obviously I was working and then I was also reading, not just reading, like also taking deep notes and everything. It's taken forever. But I'm home from work now. I'm going to take a break for the rest of the evening because I was at work all day, and on top of that, while I was at work, I was doing more uni work, so I'm knackered. And it's a Saturday night. I deserve a break, she says, as if she hasn't just spent the whole last week taking a break. But it's fine, I've still got time. It's Sunday. About 10:30 in the morning. Plan for today is I really need to finish that book that I'm reading for the assignment, and then hopefully read a couple more just like article readings for it. I think I'm overly chilled out because the assignment still feels like far away, but firstly I need to not leave it to the last minute like always, like that would be helpful, and secondly it's actually not that far away when I think about it, because there's 2 assignments due the same day, so even though there's like a few weeks left, that's for 2 things. Realistically I'm only going to have half that amount of time for each assignment, which means really the assignment's like a week and a bit away, not 3 weeks away, so really not that much time, and I really should lock in. But instead I watched some YouTube and I made a coffee. Guys, I actually just feel like I have no time for anything these days. Like, between uni and like 2 jobs, I've always got something I'm doing. I always feel tired, like emotionally and mentally, no matter how much like sleep I get or whatever. Like, I never feel actually well rested, even if I get a lot of sleep. And I can feel that I'm sort of on the brink of burning out really badly, but I just need to keep going. Like, I can't avoid that. I can't change anything. I just need to keep going. I just need to make it work for the remainder of the academic year. And then once I start my full-time job, this is probably a crazy sentence to say, but once I start my full-time job, I'll actually have more time. Because right now, balancing uni, 2 jobs, and YouTube, and actually just life, trying to do anything enjoyable ever, is intense. I'm quite excited for just the normal day-to-day routine that a full-time job will bring. I went on my library app and reserved like 7 audiobooks, which 7 is the maximum number of loans you can take out at once. So yeah, I'm gonna start listening to the audiobooks whenever I'm like walking around doing stuff. I'm so late. I overslept really bad.
Waiting for connection.
You guys, you should be proud of me. I reverse parked today. I never reverse park, I always forward bay. Guys, I forgot my headphones. No. I'm hoping I have a spare pair of wired headphones in my bag, because I try to keep some pairs of wired ones in most of my bags just in case, but that's so annoying. I literally said yesterday I was going to do like a million different readings, and I haven't done any of them. So yeah, I just had a lecture and then I've got the seminar for it like in a couple of hours. So I think I'm going to do the seminar readings for that first, and then actually do the readings for my summative that I was supposed to do yesterday that I didn't. I finished my seminar readings, but this book is taking me so long, like even though it's only 100 pages, it's just taking me forever. Bad headache. I don't know if I can do this, you guys. My head hurts so bad. I've taken a painkiller and it's just not helping. I actually feel like death. I finished the book, you guys. God, I can finally move on to something else. It was a good book, it was very interesting, but it was long to be reading about Trump for. Okay, so I've really been avoiding this essay a lot recently. I don't want to do it. I'm kind of really regretting doing this master's in the first place. Why do I do this to myself? I could have just already been finished with uni and called it a day. Unfortunately, the horrors do persist, and so the fact that I don't want to do it is not going to make the essay go away. So let's get some stuff done today, yeah? I feel like I'm being watched and judged by Mozart. Like, what the hell? Leave me alone, Wolfgang. I'm so tired of reading about Trump. Like, this essay is just making me really depressed and angry. It's just, yeah, difficult. I just painted my nails. Don't mind the bits that are on my skin. Those are going to come off just as I live my life and wash my hands and stuff. That's just a free life hack for you guys, by the way. When you're painting your own nails and you get it all over your skin, you don't even have to actually like clean it off, because it will just come off next time you shower or something. So yeah, but I did my nails in between my readings. I would like paint a hand and then be like typing as it dries, then paint the next hand and be like typing, then paint, and then I did a gel top coat with my little gel lamp to finish it off. I'm at a point where I've read all of the like readings that were put onto the reading list by the professor himself. So there was like loads and loads of readings on there. 18 pages of notes I've written based on just readings that he's actually like recommended himself. So I finished those. I'm gonna do a bunch more reading outside of those for myself, but I think I'll leave that for tomorrow because it's starting to get late and I have to go to work soon. Even maybe when I get back from work I might do a couple, but I kind of doubt it. So let's leave it for tomorrow. So I basically didn't finish any of that. Hopefully you can hear me over the animals rustling over there. But yeah, yesterday it took me quite a while to do my seminar readings and then just didn't get that far. Anyway, today's Tuesday. The essay's not due for another like 2-3 weeks, but I think I'm going to set myself a personal deadline of getting it done by Monday. So I've got just under a week. As of yesterday, it would have been a week. I want to try and get it done by Monday, so I still have time to get the other one done as well. I had some nuts, including walnuts, which my granddad always said make you smarter because they look like brains. So hopefully that will help me out because I really could do with being smarter right now. Yeah, I'm just in the like downstairs part of the library. I'm doing the seminar readings. Got like some dissertation workshop thing in a minute because I still have no idea what I'm going to write. I feel like most people don't, but either way it's freaking me out. So I signed up to a bunch of random workshops and stuff, so I'm going to go to that in like 20 minutes. But I'm really trying to finish these seminar readings. I've got no idea what's going on, to be honest. I need to focus on my essay more than this, to be honest, so I'm probably just going to skim and then actually do some more readings for the essay because I'm starting to get sick of it. I kind of want it submitted and off my brain, to be honest. So I spent all of yesterday just watching TV with my mum. We've been watching Grace. Yeah, good show. We're really into it, but the episodes are like really long. So we watched like 2 episodes yesterday and that was basically the whole day gone, considering I woke up at like 1 p.m. and we had dinner, and then after dinner I'd spent all day doing nothing, so I wasn't about to actually start doing anything. So it's now Saturday, and if I want to keep up with my own self-set deadline of submitting it by Monday, I've got a lot to do. Okay, I think I'm at a point where I've finished my readings for the essay. It's been a long day. I've got a lot done. I am going to call it a day, I think. Go have a bath and just chill for a while. Switch my brain off, and then tomorrow I can write. And then hopefully just write the whole thing tomorrow. after work I'm gonna write that essay and hopefully like finish it and get it to a point where I've submitted it. But if I don't, then I'll do that. I'll finish it and stuff tomorrow. But hopefully today, because I don't really want to keep thinking about it much longer, and I've still got a whole nother essay to write. It is nearly 6 p.m. It's late. It's dark. I'm tired. I went to work today, which was very tiring. But I'm finally at a point where I have done... Basically, I didn't do anything this morning before work. Then I went to work, and then it took me a minute to get into this, to the like flow of things. So I've only just done a plan for the essay, so I still need to write the essay. Also, I'm going to swimming at 7 p.m. today. So generally, I'm doing just about everything possible to avoid writing this essay. Okay, I've written like nearly 700 words out of 2,000, so I think I'm doing well. I just realised it's like 10 to 7, so I really need to go because I'm going to be late for swimming. So I'm going to go do that now. 9:30. I'm at 1,200 words. Getting there, you guys. Getting there. I've written the introduction and 4 of the paragraphs I've planned so far. I've got 2 paragraphs left and a conclusion. So I'm over halfway. Nearly there. Very ready. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I'm even gonna really edit this at all. I think I'm just gonna submit it as is because it's only 20% my grade and I don't have the energy nor mental capacity to care about this anymore. To be honest, I feel like this is a reoccurring theme, but I don't think this essay is very good at all. I'm starting to think that maybe I'm just really bad at writing essays because I can't say any of the last 4 I've now done I've felt like confident about. Also, one of the readings, like the core readings for this week, was my lecturer's paper. I don't know how I keep ending up writing essays on things that like my lecturers have devoted their life's work to, but I feel like I'm not putting myself in a good position because surely there's nothing more I could possibly say that you haven't already studied over the last however many decades. It's 8:17. I was supposed to leave 17 minutes ago, so yeah. I'm in the like chatty bit of the library. Did the core essay, I submitted it yesterday. I've got one more essay I need to work on for my health module. I still need to do the readings for the seminar later, so I'm probably going to be in here for a while. Yeah, so the essay is due on Tuesday, but I actually haven't really covered like any of the content from that module, so I think I'm going to like rewatch the lecture recordings and stuff at first and then see what questions I ask. I feel like 90% of this video has just been me complaining that I'm tired, but I'm back from work and I'm tired. So I'm not proud of it, but I did nothing yesterday. Mainly because I got really into a book I've been meaning to read for a long time. And so I spent basically the whole day listening to that book because I had it as an audiobook, and I got really into it and I couldn't put it down, and I kept listening and I was listening to the whole thing basically. And then didn't do any work towards the essay. And it was all actually a complete waste of my time because the last sort of 25% of the book was just awful and ruined the whole everything else. But by that point I had to finish. So yeah, massive waste of my time. I had it as an audiobook, but I do have a physical copy of it somewhere. And whenever I find said physical copy, I will be getting rid of it. I understand now why I found it at a charity shop. I've got uni today. I'm about to go onto campus to go to one of my seminars. And then I really need to get work done over the next 5 days because it's due on Tuesday. So this is not the first time I've said this, but if I've got 5 days left and I haven't actually done anything yet, I'm actually once again back in the same spot I was for the take-home exam and for the poverty paper. History really does repeat itself. Last hour at work, so bored and tired. I've just been reading about COVID all day. Not an enjoyable experience, but 1 hour and then I can go home. Okie dokie, it is 9:03 p.m. I went to work, I went to swimming. I had a very lovely Thai green curry for dinner. I think I'm going to do maybe an hour more reading and then call it a day. And then really do basically the entire essay in one day tomorrow. Yeah. It's 3:23 p.m. on the Monday. I'm not doing very great on time. I still haven't finished readings, yet alone made a plan or even began to write it. So I'm slightly concerned because I have to go to work soon. So a little bit worried, but it's fine. Worst case scenario, I'll just stay up half the night and finish it then. There's some kids screaming outside. I'm really struggling with the motivation for this essay. I don't want to do it, which sucks because it's actually quite an interesting essay. It's about lessons learned from COVID. And basically about how badly developed countries reacted and what lessons developing countries can learn from that. Which is really interesting. Don't get me wrong, I'm finding this really interesting, but I just can't find the motivation, man. I've been working on it for over a week now and I'm still not very far along. And that's the problem. When I write, this is my 5th essay in a month. So even though I find it interesting, I just can't be bothered. I'm really struggling to force myself to do this. It's 5:03. I'm finally at a point where I've finished all the readings. I need to stop there because I need to get ready and go to work or I'm going to be late. But I've finished all the readings, so after I come back, all that's left to do is make a plan and then write the whole essay. But the readings are the bulk of the work anyway. Once you've done the readings, it doesn't take that long to write the essay itself, so I should be fine. That's the plan after I get back from work. I'm back from work. It's coming up to 10 p.m. I've just finished making a plan for the essay. So now it's time to write it, I guess. Which I really don't want to do, but I have to do it. No other choice. It's due tomorrow, so it needs to get done tonight, unfortunately. Two paragraphs down. 7 to go. It's coming up to midnight. I've written about 1,000 words out of the 3,000. That is the word limit. But it's not good because I've used up half of my thoughts despite only writing 1/3 of the words, which means I think I'm going to be significantly short on words, which is not a good thing because I'm going to have to then just randomly go in and add waffle to try and push the words up. This is definitely the worst of the 5 essays I've had to write in the last month. This is not going well. I'm literally just stringing together the most bare bones argument ever and just trying to fluff it up with some references and just get it done. because, like I said, it's coming up to midnight and I'm not even halfway done. And then I still have to do the reference list after. I can't do this, you guys. Why did I do this, masters? Guys, I'm getting there. I'm at 2,200 words, nearly, on my third to last paragraph. Yeah, I've got 3 paragraphs left, and then maybe some kind of quick conclusion to wrap up at the end. But I'm so sick of this, you guys. I can't wait to have this over. I don't think I'm even gonna read through it at all, to be honest. I'm honestly just gonna finish it and submit it straight away. 14 paragraphs down, 1.5 to go. I think I'm done. I'm at 2,821 words, which I think is more than close enough to 3,000 words. I don't even really want to read this, to be honest. It's really, really, really bad. Definitely the worst out of the 5 I've written recently. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna skim it for typos and then format references and upload this thing so I can finally go to bed, because it's nearly 2 a.m. and I have to wake up early tomorrow to take my car for a stupid MOT. So, not ideal. I give up. I can't even read this anymore. I got about halfway skimming it and I just can't bear to look at this anymore. I'm just gonna format and add references and submit, because I don't want to ever see anything about low-income countries and COVID-19 ever again. After all that, my car failed its stupid MOT. Come on.